How's everybody doing today? Thanks for tuning in. Jordan, thank you for the resub, my man. Appreciate you. We are going to be going over the competition footage from last weekend at NAGA on Saturday out in Hickory. Really great turnout. Excellent performances by everybody. So yeah, I think everybody did really well. Training was really good leading up to it, and if they didn't win, they definitely learned. So we're going to look at some of that today. And yeah, so let's dive in. You guys can see the footage, right?
Got it.
Okay. So first up, we're gonna look at Ricky's match. And I believe this was the only match he had that day, right? It was just the one guy in his weight class. If I remember correctly, well, I got it pulled up. I think he was up against a brown belt here, possibly.
I believe so.
Yeah.
First thing we were like, when I looked at them both next to each other, I'm like, man, this guy looks way bigger than Ricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really does. Yeah.
I really appreciate
Definitely heavy on the. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I appreciate how game to stand Ricky was for this match. Again, not really knowing what to expect from this guy, and he looks intimidating, right? Big dude. But neither one of the ones.
Big dude. Yeah, there it is. We watched one of his earlier matches, and came up with a game plan here, and I was so proud of Ricky just chasing down the single.
That was
Look
great.
at that. Oh.
And he went with almost like a high crotch type finish and then dumped, which I like. I haven't really seen this very much.
He was in a good position to hit a cutback if he took like a big step to his right across the body, like in front of him, and then push the guy backwards with his head.
Yep.
May have saved him a little bit of energy here, but regardless, this grip right in that like high crotch kind of single leg, I think is what really sealed it for him there. He completely picks him up, and like I don't know about you guys, but I've been dumped like this before completely, with like almost landing on my neck. Like this is almost a sure thing that you're gonna hit the mat when someone takes you down like this. So
What's up, Bruno?
Have a belt level. You're allowed to compete.
No, I mean we welcome all competitors as long as you guys put in the training.
Yeah,
ahead of time.
Typically, you're gonna if you want to compete, you let us know, and then we really want to see you showing up on Sundays, which in the lead up to a competition becomes like a competition prep class. So if you're putting in the work and we feel like you're getting ready, we don't care if you're going to go out there and smash or not. We just want to make sure you know the rules, that you know what to expect, conditioning wise and all that, and that you feel ready and confident.
Yeah, rules and intensity is really is what we go off of.
So his opponent immediately putting close guard to work, with Ricky staying really safe, keeping his posture up a little bit there, keeping the elbows in nice and tight, not giving him any easy submissions from close guard, which was good. I think Ricky had a good bit of practice from that position. And then
it was a nice switch into a butterfly half, and then he got the elevation. That's what gave him that leg entrance.
Yeah,
that was a nice entry.
Go back here in a second.
It was. I was yelling to Ricky. I was like, cross face. You got a cross face there. But
yeah.
As soon as he was able to elevate.
Yeah, good finishing position from his opponent too. I mean, like he elbow down, hips up nice and high. Like he's putting some sauce on this one.
Yeah, his shoulder was all the way down to the mat. That was going to be a strong finish.
Yeah. So yeah, from here, you guys know how I feel about close guard. Like to see him looking to stand, get out. Here, legs are open. He could have maybe disengaged there a little bit, worked from a more nimble passing position. And then, yeah, to your point, Luke, I think from here, hitting that cross face, trying to sprawl that leg back. A little too late on it. But then now you got a little cross shoulder post from his opponent here. Gets him off balance, gets the right leg very light. And then now just right into an Arimiyashi. And yeah, I think Ricky, debriefing from this, man, you know, the best, or I think one of the easiest ways to start getting out of this is to start standing up, right? You're not going to be able to do that with your leg in front of you, so you got to kind of pull that heel back, start working forward towards him. If he has his knee in front of you here, like in a standard, like a rimiashi, it can be a little difficult. It's where you can, you know, try to pop this foot of his down onto the mat, hop your hips out, all these little things that I know you're still learning and we're pretty new to you in the lead up to the competition. So not a bad showing and still a great takedown against a really big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem, Bruno. Feel free to ask anything else.
And that was a straight ankle finish. Just for clarification, it was not heel hook. At least that's what Ricky told me. I couldn't really see from that angle.
Yeah.
You could see his elbow down there on the mat. I didn't see his heel peeking through, so
yeah.
Or his toes through the armpit or anything. It did. I thought when I first watched the video that it was a heel hook, but when you guys said it was a straight ankle, I saw that.
Either way, good showing from Ricky. That was, I think, I was super proud of him. That was his first like dedicated jiu-jitsu comp, right? Like he's done some MMA and stuff, but that was, I think, the first one for straight jiu-jitsu.
First of many.
Yeah, that's right. So onward, we go next to Andre, who had a killer showing. Super stoked to watch these videos again. I don't know if I have these videos in the order in which they happened, but we'll just watch them as we got them.
This was definitely his first match, at which immediately his opponent jumps guard.
Yeah,
like
really,
DQ.
really pissed me off.
Yep.
I don't know what
Absolutely.
this ref is doing or what sport he does, because I don't think it's jiu-jitsu, but that's a guard jump if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really bothers me that now he's out with a knee injury.
Yeah, right.
In my opinion, I think he jumped guard. Andre got pissed. I think he immediately reacted, which is why he stood right back up and decided, okay, all right, you're gonna leave your leg out here. Well, I'm gonna take it home.
It was. This was so good. Like full back bend. I mean, looks like his opponent is like learning how to break dance right now. Almost gets up too. Like I don't know where he thought he was gonna go. But yeah, Andre, I guess just for like lessons learned. I mean, he gets the win, so I'm not gonna criticize him too much. But I'd like to see that hand getting up a little bit higher, just for finishing mechanics. Otherwise, I don't have a whole hell of a lot to say about it.
I would say you can also step on the thigh of the right thigh here to try and give yourself some extension, because you see like when he starts to arch, when he starts to arch, the guy's hips can come up here. Clearly the second time around the guy had enough, but you can always the straight ankle is all about extension, and so if you can get a foot on the thigh or on the inside of the knee or something like that, that'll help get the finish.
One more time, just because. It's funny too. His opponent looked like he had some intentions here. Like he's moving with, he's, I don't know. Maybe he had some ideas. This was novice division, right? Novice or beginner. So I don't know how much of a open guard inverting leg locky game his opponent would have here. But you see him.
It's almost like he was underhooking for like a K guard type position.
Yeah.
I don't think he was. Who knows? Maybe he was. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just never gonna open my guard if it's around Andre from now on. But all right, cool. So get his hand raised. Love it. This was his first match, I'm pretty sure too.
Yep.
So that's a killer way to start your day at a competition.
Made my job easy coaching him. That's for sure.
Yeah. 20-second submission. You're not gonna be too tired going into the next match.
So we watched this guy's match earlier, and in my opinion, this guy wrestled previously. He has some level of wrestling experience. What I really noticed was in his previous matches, he did a lot of counter wrestling. So he wouldn't necessarily initiate a takedown, but during a takedown that was initiated against him, he had really good counters.
Okay.
So we did talk about that prior to the match. Like, hey, just watch his wrestling. If you initiate a takedown, just watch for an immediate counter.
Yeah, re-rolls, what have you.
Yeah, like quick reversals. That seemed to be his sweet spot.
Yeah.
Alright, Goshi attempt. And then that was a really nice like Tayatoshi, maybe?
Ish, yeah. I like that Andre felt comfortable getting to close guard here and working from here. Obviously not where he wants to be, but get safe. And I think he's got game plans from here. I think he knows, try to get the arm across the body or try to isolate it, all that stuff. He's not just going to flail from here.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get the arms under control here. Put him where he wants to. I saw him throw up his right leg to see if he can trap or get into a triangle.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you remember what this was about, Luke? Like
Yeah,
why?
they gave Andre the takedown points instead of his opponent.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, they got
mistakenly.
red and blue mixed up. So he went over to say, no, you gave it to the wrong guy, and they flipped it.
Gotcha.
Hooking the leg. Now going into his own. Okay, well, not quite K guard, but.
And not falling
Andre
prey to
used
like
those long limbs to recover and off balance his opponent.
Yeah, here, he's kind of in that threat of like that heavy pass, the one you classically love to do, Luke. But his opponent isn't doing what you like, which is drive the knee into the nose and make it miserable. So Andre's able to disengage and get safe. Onto a shoulder crunch here.
Yep. Gets the forearm in front of the face. This is good.
Gotta get the hips out to the side, though.
I was yelling to get that right butterfly hook in.
Yeah.
Right there, thinking, all right, let's get him off balance to the other side, and he just wasn't able to pull it off.
Got 2-on-1, trying to push the arm across. His opponent's pretty stout. It's gonna be hard to move his limbs. But there we see trying to pop the guard open from kneeling, and definitely putting himself in triangle danger there. Very low guard from Andre, which I don't quite get. I would bring the legs up, put him over the lower back, not down behind the butt. Maybe that's a long leg guy problem, and I'll just never understand it.
There it is. That's what I was looking for right
Lovely.
there. And man, I thought this was gonna be the one.
Yep.
It is so deep when he snatches that Kimura.
Great isolation. Gets right by the head. His opponent's in some trouble, man.
Yeah, but when his opponent rolled through like that definitely caused Andre some problems. And I don't know how he got his arm extended, but in that whole heat of the moment, he extended his right arm away.
I'm curious if Andre
That's how he got out.
gave up on the grip a little bit here. Like as he rolled, like right here, if it either slipped or if Andre maybe like went to plant a hand, or something, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was surprised to see it pop back out. I thought that was sure as done.
But Andre did get his points there.
Good.
Which he got strong submission attempt points, rightfully so. I mean, that was a deep Kimura.
Yeah.
Was that considered a sweep, or he didn't hold him down for long enough in order to get the sweep?
I only saw 2 points go up, so.
Yeah, no sweep. Especially he ended up back on bottom.
He doesn't care. He's going to get one here. Or almost does, at least.
He does. I also think his opponent used a lot of strength and power in the first minute or two. Like, even after the first takedown, you could see him breathing heavy. I think that little stall by the ref to check the points really helped his opponent. And this is kind of the beginning of the end, I think, for him with
Yeah.
just managing his endurance.
Well, even right here, like through this, fighting through that scramble, and then this double leg that he hits, you know, lifting Andre up with his back. Andre fought it like this. This was in what 190 pounds weight class. Like,
Yep.
you know, these are big boys, and if he's already sucking wind, now Andre's still spry enough to scramble out of this, and now he's got to wear Andre's weight. Like that was.
I liked
nice.
that Andre grabbed the foot when he was in Turtle in order to kind of help take the power out of that double. Watch him grab the left foot.
Oh, sorry, I gotta go back further. So it was here.
Here he comes up and then he immediately uses his left hand to grab the foot, or his right hand, I guess. There. Pulls. And that kind of took the power out of the double there for a little bit, so that his partner couldn't
Follow through.
drive all the way through. Yeah. Then he hits that. Beautiful.
Good awareness to put him
Sweet.
on his back there too after that roll.
Yeah.
And now his opponent's looking at the scoreboard and the time.
Yep.
Well,
And-
now he's down. He's
and-
realizing he's down and he's tired.
Yeah. And hopefully I would imagine trying not to be smothered. Whether or not he feels that that's a threat, I don't know.
Going for the knee elbow escape. Andre's using, I can't tell if he's got the underhook on the far side or not. Like isolating that arm. It looks like his arm is above his head.
Yeah.
Left
it
arm.
is.
Yep.
It's funny knowing what submission comes from this. It's funny seeing where this match is right now.
Yeah.
It's like, how does he even get there? Good fight from his opponent to get out of that. That just took a lot of energy though. Like that was probably the last of what he had in the tank.
And during the coaching of this, Luke, you told him sit. Like you were telling him
I
sit
was like,
guard.
oh god, go.
Yeah.
Like what I didn't want to have happen is him hit another double
Yep.
and maybe catch up
Tie
on
it
a
up.
point.
Yeah.
Yep. Hmm.
Yeah, that's one thing I'll say. Everybody listened really well. Andre and Jordan listened exceptionally well throughout the day at taking direction,
Yeah.
which it just makes my job so much easier when I don't have to repeat myself over and over again.
But you see what I mean? Like going from here and finishing via straight ankle, like I would not have guessed that was about that's what was gonna happen
Yeah.
with this match. So super cool. But this little so his opponent dangerous method of escaping there. Odd way to get a knee elbow outcome, but good off bouncing. You see he takes Andre to his left there, his own left, and then gets put down, quickly goes to the right, kind of going back to what you were talking about, Luke, like good counter movement, not just committing one way and then sputtering out. Hitting that Danny style double ankle sweep. Good tucked elbow.
Yeah.
That was strong.
Good stuff. So second match puts him into the finals. Let's get that hand raised. There we go. So then for Andre's final gold medal match.
Yeah, his opponent was doing these weird feints
Yep.
with his hands, which I'm not sure I understood. But Andre, I did not tell him to pull here. He had a plan. He's like, oh, I'm going to pull and I'm going to wrestle my way back up, which was
Yeah.
the right choice, absolutely.
You know, I think these feints, like this hand feinting up at the head, works really well in the setup for a double. You know,
It
like
does.
to get your hands
Get the arms up.
exactly, yeah. So you know, and who knows if that's what his opponent was thinking, but maybe just kind of feeling him out, see what kind of reaction he'd get out of him. That's funny though that you say that, for Andre to plan to pull and wrestle his way back up. I feel like unless you're gonna fake pull and then immediately stand, like hit an ankle pick or something, that's an energy expensive sort of approach. I feel. Maybe that's, again, just as a smaller guy, that's not something I do too frequently, given I'm at a weight disadvantage. But it worked for him here.
I think it plays to his strengths though. When you look at Andre, he's got those big levers. He loves butterfly and open guard. You know, he's good with reversals, so I feel like he might use some energy there, but it worked really well in his favor. I mean, he ended up just simply like hip heisting up and then trying to come over the top, and he's like, nope, all right, let me see if I can snatch this guillotine.
Yeah.
But I think originally, I think the way he sat, he was looking for a butterfly sweep, and it just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Yep. So then his opponent gets the double ankle sweep here. And Andre's just off balance enough to not be able to capitalize on it.
Yeah. So this like the collar tie and the knee shield on the same side, kind of working against each other. I can't say I wouldn't recommend doing that for too long, just so you don't like burn out your arm or something, you know.
It's good for control. I do that a lot if I want to try and work on setting things up, and I need time to think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're not doing anything from there.
Yeah. Good double from his opponent.
Yep.
It's a takedown points for that. I like that Andre was confident enough to stand back up after all these exchanges too. Like he knows he can get the better of these stand-up exchanges.
And now he's down, right? Isn't it 4-2 at this point?
Yeah, he's down at this point.
Yeah. This is where it ends.
He left his leg out.
Yep. Good thing he was able to reap.
Yeah, not just being able to reap, but also being able to turn towards the secondary leg. I think New Breed doesn't allow you to do that. So like in New Breed, if he turns this way, he's at risk for a DQ. He has to like turn towards the leg he's attacking. But now he gets belly down, and his opponent doesn't have enough time to counter that.
Yeah, that's actually a IBJJF rule change. I think they changed it.
Did they get rid of that? Good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now you can attack either one.
Good, as it should be. So yeah, that was
a solid match
for gold medal. Yeah, well-earned gold medal. Nice to see just a savage, quick submission, and then a well-earned one down on points. Another one after a long, grueling match. So super proud of you, Andre. That was really great, man. Onward. Again, I don't know if these are in order or not. I believe I am missing 2 of Jordan's matches, but we got 4 of his from the day that I know of. So that's what we're gonna watch here. Not sure. This must have been absolute.
This is absolute Jordan versus the third Rotolo.
Yeah. This is gonna say.
Just
easy takedown there. Just kind of whipping him around.
Yeah.
Double underhooks. Body lock.
Big guy stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you got it. Use it.
Driving across with the knee. Nice controlled step over into mount. And then
was that the arm?
I never
smother.
got the, yeah,
It was a smother.
Yeah, this was all smother.
Yeah, you could see hand grip, definitely smother. There's the wrist. It's not really under any control. Dirty, but legal.
the smallest guy. He's like, I'm gonna smother him.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah,
Hey,
I know you do.
He did the absolute. He was ready, right?
Yeah. He knew what he was signing up for.
Mhm.
So again, another quick match to start off the absolute for Jordan. I think this was so Jordan went against this guy in his weight division, I think, and in absolute. So not sure which one this is. His opponent looks kind of fresh, so it's maybe weight division.
Good question. I feel like this is absolute.
So I think Jordan
Based
was
on the side of
okay. Jordan was looking for looks like an over/under, maybe like again that turning kind of lateral throw. It looks like he didn't quite have what he needed. Ends up sitting in the half guard.
Going for the Kimura.
And getting the
yeah.
Kimura.
shouting right here. I'm like, lift his shoulder off the mat.
Yeah.
You listen, man. You listen.
Yeah, I wish we could see him set up the grip here, but this is great. I mean, like it looks like his opponent either didn't have time or didn't have the strength to hide it underneath him, so he didn't even really have to like dig it out. And then now it's just like you're saying, get the shoulder off the mat, give that arm somewhere to go.
One thing I'll say about his opponent was he was willing to get his arm broken for a Naga medal.
Yeah, no kidding.
Both matches, I'll throw out a spoiler, but both matches he let things get real deep and real tight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how old his opponent is, but I wouldn't be doing that. All right, so first match, or I guess whatever match against him, first or second, that one's down. Jordan's making our job really easy. This is the other match against that same opponent. A little bit longer this time. His opponent with the double over, I believe.
Yeah, double overhooks.
Let's see this again. Double over, step. Yeah, kind of sits into it, just gets the pull. It was a good takedown. Good movement from him, too. Immediately trying to get around Jordan's legs.
Jordan turtling up.
Good
And
re-guarding there.
re-rolling. Yeah, that was nice.
And I think
Addressing
Jordan,
the guillotine, just that looks uncomfortable, but not too dangerous.
yeah, I think Jordan knows he's not in any real threat. He's just got to kind of get control back.
I mean, he's in the guard.
Deathcore, thank you for the resub, bro.
So Deathcore?
We did good, man. Or they did good. I can't take any credit. They all trained really hard. And Luke and Mike and Danny, I believe, were all there to coach. So good team
I wasn't
effort.
there.
Oh, so Mike did nothing too.
I did nothing.
No,
I'll take credit for it, though.
we just got
It's
our
fine.
asses beat in training leading up to it.
Yeah. Yeah, we were the punching bags.
Sorry, I just want to go back a little bit. Because Jordan basically has closed guard now. So now that he gets out, this is kind of a little clever from him. I don't think his opponent really saw this coming. A little bit of a threat.
A Katagatame from bottom.
Yeah.
Attempt here.
You know,
Yeah.
though, like now I think about it, like Jordan, he gets it by, but he doesn't lock his hands together. And then now that gives his opponent an opportunity to straighten that left arm out, Jordan's left arm. So it puts him in a little bit of danger.
I think if Jordan would have used his legs to start extending the guy away, I think it would have been a little bit easier for him to catch and lock up something significant.
Yeah.
Which he's kind of doing there.
Well, yeah, now his opponent has both arms, or briefly, he had both his arms across Jordan's body. So if you got his own hips out to his right towards us, looking at him, he had a back take opportunity. Again, man,
his
these,
opponent is driving straight through his guard.
and I don't know if this is like, I've never noticed this before, but like I called it out with Andre, like this really low closed guard, like down below the butt. It's kind of weird. I wanna iron that out. Little wrinkle in their closed guard game.
Now it looks like he's on a straight arm,
Yeah.
from the top.
He was on a shoulder crunch there
Okay.
to a straight arm, and it looked tight. It looked like surprisingly tight from the angle,
Mm-hmm.
and the ref was like wincing. Like, I don't know if the video shows it, but the ref during this time, if you could see his face, he was like, "Oh, like, yeah, don't let your arm break, dude."
I already didn't call jumping guard once.
So what Jordan just did is something that I like to talk about in terms of like good leg lock defense, is that when somebody falls back on this and they don't really have a whole lot of hip control, they're just kind of winging it, you can just get right up on top, right? Like, I mean, at the very least, this is the best case scenario. You just get pulled straight into a mount. But normally you can at least use the momentum, just stand up and then start like high step passing around the Ashigarami.
Yeah, I mean, now his opponent can't even set up an Ashi at all. He's already past the legs.
And
such a
that
great
was just-
adjustment to the armbar.
that was really nice. He's like, oh, happy accident.
Well, you know, his
look at
opponent's giving it to him. It's like he's not.
Yeah.
He's bridging. It's almost like he's trying to do an upa. Go say again, Luke. What'd you say?
I was just gonna say full arm extension.
Yeah.
Like exactly like when we go over the armbar from mount, right? We drill it in the best case scenario, which is our opponent has their arms fully extended. They're trying to bench press away, and Jordan's like, "Thanks, man."
Perfect.
Like he's trying to bridge away and give him that arm.
Yeah, and then this is tough because he doesn't have a cross-facing leg in the traditional sense. Like, you know, his opponent didn't give him the room for that. But he's got really good control over the arm, and his opponent has a long way to go to get to an angle where he's safe here. So he obviously did not have enough time to do that. Yeah, his opponent looked a little.
Yeah.
It's a little. Uh-oh.
He-
Owie. Curls are gonna hurt.
He didn't need a crossface leg. The mat was his crossface.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's
Christ.
true.
He
Poor
just
guy.
face plant.
Hope his opponent's
He
no
could've
worse for
tapped-
the wear.
He could have tapped her.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. That was the third match, and I didn't do this on purpose, but we got the fourth match here. This was the gold medal match in his weight division, so this is not the absolute division. And this is I think the longest one he gave us, or at least the longest one we have footage of. I don't know how much time was cut off from the start. Maybe not much. Sorry.
It wasn't much.
Yeah. Good takedown there to start.
Some with like a Yoko Sumigashi off that wrong leg.
Same thing. Jordan listened so well there. So during the reset, I'm like, hands on biceps, and he, as soon as they reset, he goes hands on biceps. They just listen so well.
Huge. My one critique from here: very wide stance. You've got to get comfortable with the standing guard break with a narrow, just like you're standing upright, like not like nobody's hanging off of your body. You can see him kind of curling his knees in here, you know, to stay up, stay balanced, whatever. Like, this is just a little too compromised, but that's just something that's going to come with practice. I think it also benefits you if you do get knocked down to be standing with a narrow base.
Yeah, you don't have as much distance to close with the knee pinch, right?
Yeah, exactly. There you go, hand to biceps again.
And so Luke yelled at him right there and said, "No, I don't want that," or something. And he just immediately takes a knee. He's like, "Okay, I'm not going to do that again."
And that's good. Like one thing I know I'm so like heavy on that guard break, but when you don't feel like you have it, you don't continue through it. You go back down to your knees, you get reset. Like you don't need to fight through it.
I think mid-game adjustments are extremely important, like during a match. And so we already know the first one didn't work in his favor. He's going to try the exact same thing. I'm like, nope, you have better options from here, my man.
Yeah.
And he uses it, right?
Yeah.
Starts to work some of the passes. He goes heavy crossface here, flattens out his opponent again.
Yep, you tell him that the guard's open, and
Yep.
he immediately starts pushing on the knee,
Exactly.
steps around.
Such
Tell
a
him
good
to go
adjustment.
crossface. He gets the crossface. You're like, I love it. You're like, I didn't tell you to get rid of that crossface.
Great sprawl.
Screaming sprawl here. Screaming sprawl.
Yep.
God, I would hate to be underneath him on a sprawl.
Hey, this was a good scrap. This was a good match overall.
It really
Yeah,
was.
he gets him on his side. This is tough for Jordan. His opponent did really well driving that double home. That was really good.
And finishes past the guard too.
Yes.
Great camera work. Whoever was doing this one.
Joe Baker.
Baker, my man. Gotta be careful here, reaching over where Jordan put his right arm, kind of putting himself in the threat of a katagatame.
I thought he was gonna get that leg in. I know what's gonna happen, and I'm still like,
Yeah.
At that moment, same exact thing. I'm like, oh, he's gonna get right into this leg entrance and just missed it by a hair.
And Jordan's leg entrances have gotten really good over the last
yeah.
few months.
Yeah, he just needed his bottom right knee, right?
Mhm.
He just needed to slide that a little deeper to make it a butterfly hook, and it would have been a fantastic leg entrance there.
So he gets back to the half guard, but he's completely flattened out. Not in a great half guard. Switches to a lockdown. But to Matt's point earlier, reaching all the way across. Now he's in this katagatame type of a little bit of pressure there. Got his arm back.
Good off bouncing. Opponent checks the scoreboard. Yeah,
I think by now time. Yeah, I think by now time is ticking down, and Jordan's just like, all right, I'm down by points.
Yeah,
There's
gotta
not.
do something.
I got to do something.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Much kind of does a very similar attempt as his previous match. Try and stand up.
Can't believe you got out of that.
Whew.
That looked dicey for sure.
Right there. I was screaming. I was
Dummy
like,
down.
oh, he just needs more time. More
Yeah.
time.
So I just want to look at this one more time. So this is good move from his opponent here. Makes a switch, into the armbar that Jordan did in the match we watched previously. Great control of the leg there. This is what, like, he starts hitting an early detail that's necessary for this escape, or at least for one of the escapes from armbar. Trying to keep the legs, from getting into such a controlling position that you can't move your body or move your head. And then there, I think just through sheer power and will, he rolls up on his opponent, pins that leg again. now starts looking
Love
for
to
that.
see where his hand, like how his hand position was, whether it was like palm down, palm up.
Yeah.
How he had it.
Yeah. So time runs out. Jordan's down on points. So his opponent gets the gold medal for the weight division. But damn, if that wasn't an amazing performance by Jordan
Really was.
and by all the guys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I couldn't get Braden's match in time. So I think Braden had a match or two. I don't recall. But he went out and he was in the lighter weight divisions. Didn't get the W, but again, put in a lot of work trying to get ready for his first jiu-jitsu competition. So super proud of him for going out there and doing it. Cooper as well. I don't know if you're on, bud, but I'd love to see both of your matches. I think I only got to see the finish on one, but he lost his first match and then came back and won his second, which is no easy feat. Like, it's hard to get out of that headspace when you lose your first match and still have to go back out there and compete. So again, man, really, really proud of you for putting in all the hard work over the last few months and in the lead up to this competition. Did we have anybody else that competed outside of the kids? I think that was it for adults. Adults and teens. Coop, Braden, Ricky, Andre, Jordan.
Yep, that sounds right. And then we just had Henry and Carolina.
Yeah. And Henry, of course, just had a standout day. I did not get to see any of Carolina or Henry's matches, but again, great team representation. So proud of you guys. Thanks for going out there and representing the school as well as you did. And if you have any questions from any of these matches, or if you want to work on any of the techniques we pointed out, just, the deal. Let us know at class. Octopus guard. That'll be 2 weeks of that coming up next, right? After open guard, I think. Anyway,
James is teaching it.
Yeah, James will be teaching that one. Big thanks to Coach Luke for stepping in and going over the footage with us. We appreciate
Thanks,
it.
man.
Yeah,
And,
I'm just glad I got to see it again because these guys did awesome. Made me super proud.
Yeah.
And I don't have to scream this time. I love not having to scream.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so you know the deal, guys. Follow us here if you like what you're seeing. Subscribe. Use your Twitch Prime. Subscribe over at YouTube. Go check out alvafitness.com/MooresvilleBJJ. If you want to rep the school, support us in that way, go sport the new Trim Your Nails, Do Your Laundry, Don't Be Stinky rash guard. And yeah, do we have any other comps coming up? Anything we want to discuss here before signing off?
Hopefully, a lot of that's student driven. So people want to do a competition. That's what we'll do in competition classes on Sundays. We'll work that rule set. So, I know a bunch of us want hard training. Some of us want to compete, some of us don't. But look forward to the next one.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, guys. Well, you know the drill. Trim your nails, do your laundry, don't be stinky, and we will see you guys back on the mats. Take it easy.
Later.